What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Reggie, back at it once again. And today I've got another fantastic video for you guys. This is going to be my top 10 winter fragrance video. Now this is going to be a compilation of the fragrances that I've been personally wearing this winter and will continue to wear throughout the winter. Now bear in mind that my winter and climate may vary from others. So I live in Florida. Stipulations being, my winter doesn't get lower than maybe 40 degrees, 50 degrees on average, on top of not lasting that long either. So maybe 2 months of full winter, and then we're right back into summer. But with that being said, let's get started with the list, guys. I've got one honorable mention, and that's going to be from the House of Chanel. This one is going to be a nice bittersweet cocoa fragrance, well blended. This is Chanel's L'Arôme Sport Au Extreme. Now this one is a great fragrance. Like I was saying, one of the better fragrances from the Chanel houses, especially from being a new release. I really enjoy this fragrance during the winter for the sheer fact that it is a semi-sweet gourmand. You don't really get that from the house. This is a very unique fragrance, and I think worthy of an honorable mention in this list. Now, let's get started with my top 10 winter fragrances. Coming in at number 10 is going to be from the house of Jean Paul Gaultier. This is, of course, none other than Le Male. Now this guy, of course, I'm not going to beat a dead horse again, has ridiculous projection, longevity is great. It is a burst of potent powder and vanilla. Is a bit overdone sometimes. I haven't been smelling it on too many people that often, so I'm actually going to start wearing it more often. I do enjoy this fragrance. It is, again, lower in the list, but still made the list for a reason. It's very unique and deserves its rightful place in a winter list for 2013. So this is going to be my number 10 pick. Coming in at number 9 is going to be from the house of Yves Saint Laurent. This is La Nuit de l'Homme. Now the more I've been wearing this, the more I've been getting compliments, and I'm really enjoying the compliments that I'm getting. Usually when I get compliments, it is, I can smell you, you smell great. This one in particular, I'm getting more vivid compliments. Descriptions, wow, you smell very sweet, it smells very enticing. It's a very, very well-made fragrance. I do wish it would project a little bit more, but again, if you apply it properly, you may get the projection that you need. I think a very, very nice flanker from L'Homme, and again with that same similar L'Homme dry down, but with a little bit of semi-sweet gourmand. This is a very, very nice fragrance, and that is why it's coming in at number 9, guys. Now, for number 8, this is going to be from the house of Givenchy, and this really hasn't made my list or any of my lists too often because it is a very dark fragrance and very hard for me to wear in my climate. But this is going to be Givenchy's Play Intense. I get a lot of coffee grounds and patchouli and chocolate out of this fragrance. I absolutely adore this fragrance in the winter just for that reason. It's not as wearable as I'd like, but like I said, if you can pull it off during the winter, it is a phenomenal fragrance, gets tons of compliments, projects, and lasts on your skin. I think out of all the flankers that they have for Play from Givenchy, this is by far the best, even better than the original Play, which is a bit more subdued, I would say. So this is, again, going to be my number 8. Coming in at number 7, this one's going to be a 7 A and B sort of situation here. If you can get your hands on one bottle, that's great. If not, you've got an alternative. This is going to be L'Instant de Guerlain Extreme, and L'Instant de Guerlain, the original Pour Homme. Now both these fragrances have very similar notes. The only real difference, I think, in this one being that there's a bit more maybe chocolate and cocoa added, and a bit more citrus with the original. I prefer the extreme version. If you can get your hands on the extreme version, definitely do so. Wouldn't look twice, think twice about it. This is still great in its own right and still a great fragrance. Garners compliments, lasts a very good time on my skin. But this one ultimately I think is still a better fragrance than Pour Homme. But either or, this one's still available in retail stores. This one you're going to have to hunt down and track. But both great fragrances for winter, and both deserving to be on my top 10 list for winter. Now, coming in at number 6, we've got from the house of Christian Dior. This is Christian Dior's Dior Homme Intense. Now this one, again, is going to be a fantastically well-blended fragrance. I personally think the best in the house. I've smelt quite a bit of the Dior house. Haven't smelled too much of their higher end fragrances, but for their designer end fragrances, this is phenomenal. Really great. Another gourmand. Cocoa mixed with the iris is just phenomenal. Lasts forever, projects forever. It's just a great fragrance for winter. I would say this is probably well deserving of a higher spot if I didn't already have my own personal favorites. But this one, it's killer, guys. If you can get your hands on this, do so. This one is going to be my number 6. Now, coming in at number 5, I've got one that made my fall list that I eventually told you is going to actually be a little bit higher on my winter, because I do prefer wearing it during the winter time, but will of course break it out during the fall because I love this fragrance so much. It's very unique. Again, it's my pine in a bottle from the house of Burberry. This is Burberry's London. Very unique bottle, very unique presentation, and I really hope that they don't ever discontinue this fragrance, because this is a masterpiece. Unfortunately, I don't have as much time to wear it as I'd like. Again, this is a very nice fragrance, well blended. It smells of beautiful, like if you walked out in the forest with fresh cut pine trees, that's what you get in this bottle. Absolutely terrific, guys. This is going to be my number 5. Now, coming in at number 4, this is going to be a combination. It's from the house of John Varvatos. The John Varvatos Anniversary Edition mixed with the original John Varvatos. Now, all of the qualities that I enjoy from the 10th anniversary John Varvatos, I do enjoy it, but I think it is that much better with the sweet cherry from the original John Varvatos. These two combined, absolutely great. Cannot say more. You get a nice, spicy, woodsy fragrance with a little bit of sweet cherry in there to just throw just an absolute, just amazing combination at you. Again, doesn't last that long on the skin, projects pretty well on my skin. I'd say I'd get a good 2 to 3 foot cloud. No complaints there, but I wish it would last longer on my skin. But the actual combination of these two is phenomenal and well deserving of my number 4 on my top 10 winter list. Now, coming in at number 3, another one from the house of John Varvatos. What's this gonna be? My absolute favorite, Vintage. John Varvatos Vintage is again one of my favorite fragrances for a reason. This is just, again, like I said, it is the essence of man, and you guys can go ahead and put a patent on that, trademark it. This is the essence of man right here. It is dark, it is sweet, it is spicy, it is enticing, it is absolutely great. I think it is one of the best fragrances that I've laid my hands on for designer fragrance. Very unique. I've never really smelled anything like it. The presentation is great too. Again, the only real qualm I have with this fragrance is that it doesn't last as long as I'd like it to. I get maybe 4 hours, 5 hours out of it tops, and then it's gone, so I'm gonna have to reapply quite often. But other than that, absolutely great fragrance and well deserving of my number 3 spot. Now, to round out my top 10 list, guys, I'm gonna make this as quick as possible. This is number 2 from the house of Terry Mugler, Pure Malt. Now this one, again, is my heavy hitter for winter. Pure Havane does it for me during the fall. During the winter, the heavy whiskey note mixed with the patchouli and the berries that I get from this combination in Pure Malt is absolutely phenomenal. Just can't beat it. The only thing, again, that I absolutely love doing is mixing this fragrance with the original Amen, which amplifies its projection and longevity. So if you can get your hands on both, definitely doing yourself a favor. Again, this is number 2, Pure Malt from the house of Terry Mugler. Now, for number 1, this one is going to come as a surprise for you guys. I have been consistently trying this fragrance for the past month now, I believe, since its release. And I've bought 2 bottles of this now. A lot of people enjoy this fragrance from what I've been hearing because of its difference from the original. It is a flanker, but I enjoy this fragrance so much it has made my number 1 winter list. This is brand new from the house of Terry Mugler, Pure Leather. Now, before you jump to conclusions and say, yeah, you're just a Terry Mugler fanboy, that's fine. You can go ahead and say that, but please give this a try on your skin. This is available pretty much, you know, at your regular Nordstrom's. I believe they're selling it at the Mugler store. Get yourself a sample if you can. This is everything that I enjoy from the original Amen, but without that heavy tar note and a lot of sweet leather mixed in on the top notes. It is absolutely amazing. Now, I still do appreciate the original Amen, but this one is absolutely off the wall for me. I have found an absolutely new best fragrance from the house. I would have to say that this trumps all the rest of them, because this is exactly what I want. The longevity is there, the projection is there, the sweetness is there. Every time I've worn this fragrance, I've gotten compliments. I did not expect this to be as good as it was, especially with all the negative reviews that I've seen thus far. But again, it's going to be floating in and out. I happen to prefer this fragrance to the original just because of the sheer fact that the tar note is toned down, the sweetness is toned up, the longevity is still great, and this fragrance is so much more wearable now. That's why I've been wearing it quite often during the winter and why it's been made my number 1 winter fragrance. Again, this is going to be Pure Leather, guys. If you haven't tried this, get yourself a bottle and or a decant or a sample. I appreciate your guys' time. Thanks for bearing with me through 15 minutes of fun. Rate, comment, and subscribe below. Guys, take care as always, and thanks for watching.